Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 14 of my Philadelphia Phillies franchise here on MLB15 the show. We got the 2016 first year player draft, so we've got the number 4 overall pick in the first round. And I narrowed my pick down to two guys, Benito Rodriguez or Hiroki Liu. But I ended up going with Benito Rodriguez, the third baseman. And then in the second round, I also go with another third baseman, Luther Winston. You can see it wasn't fully scouted there, but those were two pretty good picks. Benito Rodriguez and Luther Winston both look like really solid picks. The only thing I'm a little concerned about Winston is his rating is really only high because his durability rating is kind of high. So I'm not sure how that'll play out. Then in the later rounds, I ended up grabbing a lot of guys with like good hitting abilities or, you know, certain skills that probably don't have great ceilings, but I think could actually be contributors, which you rarely get contributors in the later rounds in the MLB draft anyway, so... a lot of people are probably going to wonder why I decided to go with a third baseman in this draft when you consider the fact that we have Michael Franco, Corey Seager, J.P. Crawford, you know, a bunch of infielders already. But really, I'm not too concerned about that. I just saw the opportunity to get a guy who's got an A potential. He's already a 73 overall coming into the draft and can pretty much, you know, he'll probably compete for a roster spot next year in spring training. I mean, he's going to be that good right out of the chute. And, you know, because our window here is probably years like 3 to 5 in this franchise, we really want to maximize that if we can. So I just went with the immediate guy. If we got that Japanese pitcher, Hiroki Liu, then, you know, he probably would have been closer to like 3 or 4 years away, whereas Rodriguez is more like 1 to 2 years away from really contributing. So we're taking on the Miami Marlins this episode, and we're going to be against Jose Fernandez, and Odubel Herrera getting things started. Hits that one off the top of the wall, bounces back into play. Herrera on his horse around second, heading for third. He'll be in there safely. It's going to be a lead-off triple, so a good start to the day against one of the game's best young arms in Jose Fernandez. But take a look at the replay here. It bounces off the top of the wall there, off that little padded area, and then bounces back into play. Guillermo Heredia up next. He's going to ground this one to the shortstop. Adene Hechavarria, who will fire onto first in time, but the run does come home and score. It's an RBI ground out for Heredia, and that will give us a 1-0 lead. So Dominic Brown up now, 1-0 count, and Dominic Brown's going to crush this one to deep right center field. That ball's back over the center fielder's head, and it's going to one-hop up off the wall. Brown will cruise into second base easily. He's got himself a 1-out double, so a couple of solid pieces of hitting off of Fernandez early here now with 2 outs, and after Brown had advanced to third, that front door curveball absolutely freezes our hitter there, Jose Bautista, and that would retire the side. So Fernandez gets out of the inning. Take a look at the Marlins lineup right there. Pretty standard stuff out of them. So we've got Brian Johnson on the mound here. I believe his first appearance in a video in Season 2. And he's taking on Christian Yelich here. And Yelich is going to shoot that one the other way into left field for a base hit. So that's going to be a 1-out base runner for the Miami Marlins, and that will put a man on for this man, Giancarlo Stanton, one of the most dangerous men in baseball. 0-1 count. He's going to shoot this one the other way into right field. That'll be a base hit. Yelich heading for third. He's going to be safe, and Stanton's going to get up to second, so it'll be second and third with one man out for Marcell Ozuna. The 0-2 count. Johnson is going to induce the ground ball here to Odubel Herrera, getting the start at second base today, and he will make the throw to first in time. So the run does come home. The game is tied, but now there are 2 outs in the inning. Martin Prado up next, and Prado is going to shoot this one into right. Dom Brown backtracking up to the track. He will make the play, and that will be the third and final out of the inning. So both starters surrender a run there in the first. We're on to the top of the second. Justin Ruggiano getting the start here today in the left field. He will end up striking out, swinging on that curveball. Fernandez's second strikeout of the game. And take a look at a standings update here. So you can see the Phillies sit 4.5 games back of the New York Mets in first place heading into today's affair. But now we've got the pitcher Brian Johnson up. He's already worked the full count, and now he's going to take a 3-2 fastball the other way into left field. That's going to get down into the corner. Johnson around first, heading for 2, and he's going to be safe at second base with a lead-off double. So not only does he work a full count off of Fernandez, but a great piece of hitting, taking this one the other way. And just a beautiful, beautiful piece of hitting right here by someone you wouldn't expect to see that out of. So it's a leadoff double now. Odubel Herrera up next. Herrera's going to fly this one to left. The left fielder Yelich going over to make this play. And Johnson's going to try and tag up from second. The relay to third is well in time. And they'll actually catch Johnson in a little bit of a pickle here. He would be tagged out. But some poor base running by the young starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies today. So it's still going to be a 3-3 game now in the bottom of the third. D. Gordon up 0-2 count. He's going to go down swinging. He ended up trying to chop at that slider down and away, but a filthy pitch from Brian Johnson. Now, that's really the book on Johnson, is he doesn't really have a big strikeout pitch. He doesn't have any plus pitches. He just has good command, and you know, some pretty average stuff. So it's kind of, you know, not a high ceiling on the guy, but if he can get a pitch like a slider or a curveball to really turn into one of his out pitches, then he could, you know, end up being a middle to front end guy. But anyway, we're into the top of the fourth. Jose Bautista is going to sit down for the second time today, both times on the curveball. Now we're into the bottom of the fourth. Marcell Ozuna leading things off, 2-2 count. And he's going to go down on that fastball, that up-and-in fastball. So Johnson doesn't throw, you know, particularly hard, 94 on that one, but able to blow it by the Marlin right there. And then Prado goes down looking at 92 down and away. Couldn't do anything with that, apparently. So we're into the top of the fifth now. Christian Vasquez, he's going to hit a base hit back up the middle. And that's going to put two men on now, as it's going to be first and second here. With the next man up, it will be the pitcher spot. Brian Johnson, who's already 1 for 1 today, but he's behind in this count, 0-2. He's going to take that 0-2 pitch back up the middle for a base hit. Here comes the runner around third. The throw home will not be cut off. It's offline, and the runner will be safe. But unfortunately, Johnson gets thrown out for the second time today. So it's going to be a runner on third with 2 outs now, but we do take a 2-1 lead. Odubel Herrera up. He's going to fly this one to deep center field. Marcell Ozuna backing up on it. He will make that catch, and that will retire the side. Fernandez is through 5, but the Phillies take the lead 2-1. So now we're into the bottom of the fifth. It's the pitcher Jose Fernandez up 1-2 count. He's going to go down swinging on that changeup. Another strikeout for Brian Johnson, as this time it is his opposing pitcher that will end up going down swinging. And now 2-2 count to D. Gordon. Gordon is going to shoot this one into left, but no, it will actually be stabbed by J.P. Crawford. A nice ranging play, and again, highlighting some of his defensive abilities. That is where he's going to provide the most immediate value entering his young major league career. But Dominic Brown strikes out himself there, so 2 away now from Michael Franco in the top of the sixth. 3-2 count. He's going to go down looking on that 96-mile-an-hour paint that Franco could do nothing with, and you can see his frustration is showing here with the body language. But we're going to head into the bottom of the sixth already with a man on first, and Giancarlo Stanton up. Grounder back to Johnson, throw to second, offline, and everyone's going to be safe. Stanton gets into first, Yelich is at second, and it's going to be 2 men on with no one out for Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna is going to take this one to deep left field. Ruggiano back on it, but he misplays it. It'll one-hop up off the fence. Ruggiano gets it into the cutoff man. They're going to wave around Yelich. The relay home in time, and they got him. What a play by the Philadelphia Phillies. A great relay from Ruggiano to J.P. Crawford to nail down their runner, and then Mike Morse strikes out swinging for the third and final out of the inning, and Brian Johnson works around the jam. Some exciting baseball being played here in Miami, but take a look at Morse here on the replay, swinging and missing at this pitch, and you know Mike Morse takes some big whiffs, so I'm sure they could feel that one up at the press box. But anyway, Ruggiano up now with 1 out in the top of the seventh. He's going to shoot this one the other way into the gap in right center field. Stanton over to play it. It will roll all the way to the fence, and Ruggiano is going to get into second easily with a 1-out double here in the top of the seventh inning. The Phillies looking for some insurance runs here. Their starters, done pretty well for them. It's kind of been the story of the season so far. Starter does pretty well, but the Phillies often only able to eke out 2 or 3 runs, and that is how they've been losing most of their ball games so far. But that would do it for Jose Fernandez. They're going to bring on the former Pittsburgh Pirate Brian Morris, who enters today's game with a 2.31 ERA. So J.P. Crawford up. Crawford is going to get under this one. He will pop it up on the infield. Adene Hechavarria is under it, and he will drop the ball. Oh my goodness, a Little League mistake right there from the starting shortstop of the Miami Marlins. Hechavarria, or however you pronounce his name, just drops that one. Unbelievable. So now that's going to give Christian Vasquez a chance with 2 men on and 1 man out, and he's going to line this one, but a diving play by Hechavarria, going to one knee, making up for his error, and robbing Christian Vasquez of a hit right there. As you can see, probably saving a run for the Miami Marlins. Now Brian Johnson up next. We're going to let him hit. He is 2 for 2 today, and he hits this one pretty well to center field, but not well enough. Ozuna is there, and he will make the play, and that will retire the side. The Marlins are out of the jam. We're going to head to the bottom of the seventh now, and here's Hechavarria with a chance to again make up for his misplay, and he's going to shoot this one into the left center field gap. That will go all the way to the wall. Played off the wall by the center fielder Guillermo Heredia, and he will get it into the cutoff man, but it'll be a leadoff double for Adene Hechavarria, and now the tying run is at second base. It's going to be JT Realmuto down the left field line. Fair ball played by Ruggiano. He's going to fire this one into the second baseman. Hechavarria comes around and scores, and this game is tied. It's a game-tying RBI single for JT Realmuto, and now Justin Bohr is going to come up and pitch it in the pitcher spot. He would do nothing, so it's going to be 1 out in the inning now for D. Gordon, and Gordon is going to shoot this one into left field. That will get down and go all the way, almost to the wall there, cut off by Ruggiano. Ruggiano, but it will be a 1-out double for D. Gordon. So the next batter is going to be Christian Yelich, already with a pair of hits today. He's going to fly this one to right field. Dominic Brown settles under it. Let's see if this one is going to be deep enough. Brown, and he drops it. Oh my goodness, another dropped fly ball. Dominic Brown with a huge mistake right there, and the Marlins take the lead. Unbelievable. I've never seen that happen in MLB 15, the show, up until this game, and then we see it twice within the span of like an inning and a half right there. Unbelievable. That would do it for Brian Johnson. We're going to go to J.C. Gutierrez to try and get ourselves out of this jam. Is Giancarlo standing up, and he's going to ground this one past the glove of the first baseman, Jose Bautista. That's going to get another run home, and it's 4-2 Miami on the RBI single from Giancarlo Stanton. Now Marcell Ozuna up 1-2 count. He's going to go down swinging. Dirty curveball right there from J.C. Gutierrez. Now it's Martin Prado up next. First pitch of the AB. Diving Franco. Can't make the play. Ruggiano. And he drops the ball. Another error for the Phillies. They're second in the night. And it would not be their last. But it's 5-2 Miami. Mike Morse up now. He grounds this one to Herrera. Throw to first in time. We finally complete a clean play right there. And we get out of the inning, but it's a 5-2 ball game. Now Steve Cishek on for the 8th. He's going to get Dominic Brown to ground out to the shortstop there. That would be the 3rd out of the inning. So we're on to the 9th. It's A.J. Ramos on trying to get the save, going for his 18th save of the season. He's got a 5.91 ERA entering this game, but he's got the Phillies down to their final out here. It's Ruggiano who's going to line one to center. Ozuna is there, and that does it. The Marlins win 5-2, a come-from-behind victory on a big rally in the 7th inning where they not only tied the game but took the lead at a 4 spot and gave them a 3-run lead that they never looked back from. So the Marlins win, and that is going to do it. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.